What's up, guys? It's Zach, and welcome back to week 4 of the Nashville number system. I'm right back this direction. I've recreated the chart from last week, just a little bit neater for you guys, if I get that to focus properly. Just a little bit neater. If you want to kind of screen capture that or whatever, you can have it, or make a copy of it. You can pause the video as well if you want to. So what I did, I made a little bit neater version of this, and today we're going to talk about, I was going to try to start charting our own, but I think there's still a little bit more, few things we need to still cover before we get there. This week we need to talk about repeat sections. Now, I made this a little more elaborate than the chart that I wrote to show you guys the parts and how to read the chart so you know where we're at. So you obviously can identify all the parts to this chart. Now, I'll try to leave it like this for you guys. Now, what I want to talk about today is we have an intro, we have a verse, we have a chorus, a bridge, and a chorus. Right? And let's do this. There's one more section I need to add. Alright. Now, we have a general song. Now, most songs, of course, have 2 verses and 2 choruses and all that stuff. So today we're going to talk about repeat bars and how to write those in a chart. So, and this will help you with your chart reading as well. So let's say this song called the Nashville number system, that's in G with 4/4 timing and at 120 beats per minute. So we've got our intro, 8-bar intro. We've got 16-bar verse and a 16-bar chorus. Now, what you want to do when you start writing charts is if verse 1 and chorus 1 and verse 2 and chorus 2 are going to be identical, which in several songs this is the case. What you would want to do is you wouldn't want to write, this can make for a really long chart, right? Because if you have verse here, then chorus, then you have 2 lines for a verse, and then 2 lines for a chorus, then you have a bridge, and then you have a chorus, and you have an outro, and your page can get very cluttered, especially if it's a longer song. This is a made-up song, but if you have like some of the normal songs can get very much 2-page songs really quickly. So what we want to do in effort to minimize that and to minimize the writing and the clutter, here's where the Nashville number system charts incorporate repeats. So let's say the intro, we play the intro, right? We go to the verse, we play through the verse, we play through the chorus, and then there's going to be like a turnaround, but it's going to be, let's say we play the intro for the turnaround, right? Which that's not uncommon. So, and then after the intro, it goes back to a verse, and then to a chorus, and then to the bridge. So what we want to do is you'll write out your intro, your verse, and your chorus, but you say, okay, we're going to play the intro again, but instead of having to go intro, verse, chorus, all that, if it's going to be the same, what you would do is you'd get to the point to where you stop, and we'll say, I know we're going to play the same turnaround is going to be the same as the intro, then the same second verse is going to be identical to the first, and then the chorus, second chorus is going to be identical. What we do is we go in here like this, and I'm going to draw this, and there's several ways to do this. Here's how I like to do mine. I will scribble like an elongated, obvious, not a 1, right, and then you just do 2 dots, right. Let me show you this guy. Show you guys this up close. So see, it's very distinguishable from the 1. Like you know, it's because I've done some, and it'd be if it's shorter than that, it can look like a 1. So when you get to this page, 14, 15, or 1, 4, 1, 5. That's a short way to say that, by the way. 1, 5, 1, 1, and then you see this. That means repeat, right? So that's where we're going to stop, and we're going to repeat something. So I said in this case we're going to play the whole intro again. So you're going to go to your verse or the intro, right? And the same thing here. And you can kind of make them lean if you want to make them, again, more distinguishably different from a 1. So now here's what it looks like. Okay, you see both of these here. So you're reading through. You read the song, you're playing through, you get to your repeat. When you see a repeat reading a chart, you always look for the other repeat, right, sign. So we play through, get here, boom, we see this, we look up, here's where we start. And this is in time, by the way, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It just goes like that, right? There's no lag in the time. You see the repeat bar, go back to the repeat bar. Excuse me. Now, when reading a chart like this and using repeat bars, if this is only going to happen one time, you don't write anything behind it, right? So we start here, play the song, see the repeat bar, we go back to the repeat bar here, and then we start playing through again, and then when you get here, play your chorus, you get here, you just read past like it doesn't exist. Once you've acknowledged this one time, you don't acknowledge it again unless otherwise noted. If you see this, excuse me, right, then you're going to play that section twice. But if there's nothing there, and we don't want anything there right now, we're going to leave it like that, right? It's going. And then we read through. So verse, intro rather, then the verse, then the chorus. You see your repeat bar, you go back, play the intro, verse 2 now, the chorus 2, and then when you get to here, you ignore it because we've already repeated. So once we've used this once, it's gone. So once you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So we just read through it in time. This is not a rest. We don't stop at this. We just plow, right? We just play. So that's how repeat bars work. Now again, if you want to play this, say you had 3 verses with turnarounds. Or let's use the example, say the turnaround is only half the intro, because that happens, right? That can happen. Like the old McDonald's commercials. Hey, you could have it. So let's say you read through this and you get here, but we only want to play a 4-bar turn, and we want it to be the last 4 of the intro. It'd be like a episode of Dora the Explorer. Where do you think we should put the repeat sign? You got it right there. Right. So as you sit down listening through the tune, check your repeats where they're at. When you play through it, play here, hit the repeat, boom, start there, read through. Once you've used this once, if there's nothing over in the margin beside it, then once you've used it once, you don't use it again, repeat, go through, play the rest of your song. Now, down here at the bottom of the page, I'm going to show you some different versions of what these repeat sounds look like, okay? So sometimes you may have this. They may look something like that, right? Sometimes you may, well, they may be a little closer like this. Okay? Sometimes you may have this, right? Sometimes they could get real fancy and do a double bar, right? Like that. Sometimes it could be, let's see, it could be more enforced like this, and then just straight on the line. Yes, there's a lot of different ways to write that, the repeat sections. That one's a little cattywampus there, but you get the idea. There's a lot of different ways to write rest bars, or repeat bars, sorry. So, again, if there's nothing in the margin, then you read the song through. Once you hit the repeat, use it once, go through, and the second time you play through, ignore it. Just keep going. And again, if there's 2 here, when you get here, play through it. We hit the repeat. That's 1. Hit your repeat, play through. Second time, repeat again, play through it, and then that. Now, there's no rule where you can put this other repeat sign. It's just wherever you're going to start playing. So if you say, well, we're going to repeat straight to the chorus, there's going to be no turnaround bar. It's just going to, the last bar, dun, 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 dun. Verse starts over. Here we go. And then there's your repeat bar at the first of the verse. So guys, that is the thoughts of repeat bars on the Nashville number system and how to read those. Next week, we're going to talk about something that's a little more sophisticated than the repeat. This is called a DS-Al coda, and this is a way that you can repeat but change something. So you want to play this chorus, but the last time you repeat it, there's going to be something changed at the end. We're going to show you guys how to write that, which will, again, the whole point of being simplifying the chart to read it to where you don't have to write 3 pages worth of charts, and to make your chart experience reading and writing a little bit more clean, and make it more practical for your needs. We'll see you guys next week.